In this video, we're going to talk about some of the things that you probably haven't heard before about Cape Coral, Florida. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, my name's Craig Cunha. I'm a real estate agent with John R. Wood Properties right here in Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. And if you want to know what it's like to live, play, eat, sleep, or even buy real estate anywhere on the Gulf Coast, this channel's for you. If this is your first time visiting, go ahead and subscribe, like, and even comment. Let me know what you think or if there's something more I can help you with. Also, feel free to reach out to me by phone, text, email, whatever your preferred method, because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast. Okay, today we're going to talk about some things that you probably haven't heard before. I know there's some really different things on this list because we're going to talk about some unique entertainment. We're going to talk about some things that live here that you probably don't know about. If you stick around, I'll give you as much information as I can in the small amount of time to let you know a little bit more about Cape Coral. Cape Coral is a large city by landmass. It is approximately 120 square miles. 10 square miles of water, that's 400 miles of canals. Our population is approximately 195,000 as of the last census in 2019. Cape Coral is considered the second safest city in all of Florida, of populations over 100,000 people. Cape Coral is a large city. The town itself is relatively small. Our downtown area is just a few blocks long. You can find a number of restaurants and entertainment types of things down there, but it's not a large part of the city. Much of Cape Coral still has vacant land, especially to the northwest. So if you're looking for space, this is a great place for that. If you're looking for a growing, thriving city, this is a great place for that as well. Next thing is the views. Hey, I can tell you all day long about the sunrises, sunsets, palm trees, water views, all those wonderful things about Florida. We have bright colors and this sunshine is constant. So it is beautiful to be here. But has anybody told you about the other things you can see? I've had a couple people comment from previous videos about the wires in the air. Yes, the electric wires, the cable wires. If there's phone lines, they're there too. Everything seems to be above ground. There's very few places that are in ground. Some of the communities, the gated communities, may have their utilities underground, but the majority of the city, they are on poles all over the place. It might be a bit unsightly, but after a bit of time, you just forget about them. The other thing that you might notice, especially right now because it's crazy busy with construction, is dumpsters and porta potties and construction material. It's everywhere. So yes, it's temporary. The houses will eventually finish. Right now, houses are built somewhere in that 6-month time frame. So you will have to put up with it for a period of time, but it's not too bad. Let's talk about restrictions and code enforcement. Yeah, I know, scary, code enforcement. Nobody wants to hear that. And here in Cape Coral, they can be pretty strict about it, especially if you have neighbors that are even more strict about it. There were some new codes that were passed recently, and one of them is you are not supposed to park your car in the grass any longer. So if it is found to be parked there, you may get a warning the first time. Fines will start from there. You're also allowed to have 2 non-commercial vehicles in the driveway with lettering only, no graphics. And if it has a car cover on it, that car cover has to be kept in good maintained condition in order to not get any grief from the city. Another restriction we have is a watering restriction. Cape Coral has a year-round watering restriction. I'll put the schedule down below, but it's done by address. It tells you what days of the week and what hours you can have those sprinklers on. If you are outside of those hours, you guessed it, fine. So, first time's a warning. Every time from there, it's an escalating fee. So pay close attention. You don't violate that. If you happen to have new landscaping work done, you will get a pass on that for a period of time so they can grow in properly. You can also hand water. The box out front will allow you to attach a hose, so if there's areas of your lawn that you need to put extra attention into, you can hand water. But auto sprinklers, you're on that schedule, and that's it, no exception. The last thing about restrictions is fertilizer. You might have heard this before, but we do have some issues with fertilizer getting in our water system here, and it can cause some algae blooms and things. So they are really tight on regulating the types of fertilizer you can use and the times of year for that. Yes, we have school choice here. That means that you can pretty much have your choice of where you want to send your child. Then there's the choice of, do you want to send them on a bus, or would you like to take him to school in a car and get in the car line. I happen to get in car line most of the time. There's also the walkers, so if you live close enough to a school, you can walk. But one of the things that I did notice, I'm from Pennsylvania again, so I grew up with something they don't have here in Florida, and that's lockers in the school. Do you believe it? All these books these kids have to carry, and I feel terrible for my 11-year-old. He just got in 6th grade, no more class that he stays in all day long, so he has to haul around every book, notebook, and supply that he has in this backpack. So plan ahead for that. My son won't let me get him one of those rolling style that you would take to the airport to take your luggage. Thinks he might get beat up, so he wants to force the backpack. And to watch him lean over carrying that thing, it crushes me at times. Another thing about Cape Coral is the employment. Our top 5 employers here are Lee Memorial Health System, Lee Schools, City of Cape Coral, Publix, and Walmart. Those are the top 5. However, construction trades are very strong right now just because of the demand for building. So there are plenty of jobs. It's just very specific to a service-related industry. Again, no real manufacturing here. So keep that in mind when you're looking for a job. Because of jobs, you have to have transportation. Unfortunately, Cape Coral has a walkable score of 17 and a biking score of 39. So what that means to you on a scale of 100 is there's not a lot of it. If you're on the west side of Cape Coral, a personal vehicle is pretty much your best choice. Uber is something that we have here in this area, so you can put the app on and get your rides that way. Outside of that, the bus lines will run mostly to the east, and there's just a few of them. So outside of that, transportation is a little more difficult in Cape Coral. Now we're going to do some unique entertainment. There's a couple places you've got to check out. We do have the wine and paint nights here. There's 2 different locations that do offer this in Cape Coral. So if you want to get your art on and you want to have a little adult beverage with that with some friends, this is where you're going to do it. Also, there's a new business in here in the area that is offering axe throwing. So if you have aggressions you want to get out and need somewhere to place them, check out this place. After you get your aggressions out, Cape Coral also has some culture. There is the Cultural Park Theater with about 187 seats where they do put on shows. There's a Cape Coral Art League and an art studio, as well as Barbara B. Mann is very close to here. So there's always some form of entertainment with the theater nearby. So look those up if you're looking to settle down and take in a relaxing evening. Cape Coral also offers, I would like to call it affordable housing, but unfortunately, even these apartment complexes, it gives you a place to go. It gives you a gated community. It will give you amenities like pools and gyms and things like that. There's 4 new ones that offer this kind of a setting for you, but unfortunately, the pricing isn't as affordable as what we would want it to be. A 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square foot apartment is still priced at $1,300 to $1,400 a month. They sometimes give specials where they'll give a half month off or a free month with a 1-year lease. Now a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, you're looking at about 1,000 to 1,200 square feet. And you're also looking at $1,400 to $1,600 a month starting. Now there are options for garages, but that goes on top of it. And again, many of these complexes are pet friendly, so if you have a furry friend you want to take with you, they will allow it. I believe the deposit is usually $300, so keep that in mind to put in your expenses when moving. And most people will look to rent when they first come to an area because they're not sure where they want to be yet. So I get the apartment thing. It is a good option if you're looking to get familiar with an area. If you have an idea already of what your lifestyle is like, and you have somebody working with you that can give you a really good idea and show you around a little bit beforehand, a better option for you might be to just buy that place right up front. For a condo that is in the same size range as these apartments, the top end of that price scale is about $160,000. So if you do the math on this, you'll find that you will get into a condo for less money and now have an investment. At the beginning, I mentioned some things that live here that you might not know about. Well, we're going to talk about those now. There is the green iguana, there's the spiny-tailed iguana, and there's the Nile monitor. Now, they're all fast lizards. The first 2 are more herbivores. The last one is a carnivore. So I know that sounds scary, but they generally go after fish, fowl, and small mammals. So if you live near the water, you may want to consider watching your small pets just like you would with alligators. The other thing is everybody freaks out about cockroaches. Okay, cockroaches here are called palmetto bugs. I think it sounds better, but the premise behind it, everybody thinks that you have cockroaches because you're dirty. It doesn't work that way. Yes, of course, at times they're going to be after food, but their bigger attraction is moisture. They're looking to get to a water source. So they will come up through the drains and things like that at times, but the best thing you can do for yourself is not only spray around the edges of your home with Home Defense or something else like that, but also do not leave dishes with water in overnight in the sink. That's just going to attract them. If you notice, you normally find them in bathrooms and kitchens. That's where the moisture is. So do your best to keep that stuff cleaned up. You shouldn't have any of these little visitors, but you will see them. They come through cracks and crevices, and unless you can make your home airtight, which is really tough to do, you're eventually going to have them sometime. If you found this information helpful, go ahead and check out one of the other 2 videos that will give you even more information about the area. Also, if there's anything else that I can do for you, please call, text, email, because I've got your back when moving to the Gulf Coast.